Well, return to something I did actually some months ago. It's a play that's been put together here in the Isle of Man, and we got the interviews done, we got everything sorted out. Then the date got changed, and I don't know why, but we'll find out now, because James Northcote is joining us. James is in London, but very much involved in this project, which has been basically, James, recorded in the Isle of Man. I know you're the narrator, but surely don't you need to be with the rest of the team to do this?
So the director, Sonia Quayle, put it best. My role really is as a clothesline through the play, on which the beautiful Manx voices, the Manx performers that really kind of populate this play are hung. And so I kind of I'm a through line really of this story, and really a backdrop, to be honest.
And I know they went to London to record you, and they actually used that here in the Isle of Man when they were doing their parts. Apparently that was really helpful, and they really enjoyed that. It's an interesting project, though. Do you get many radio plays? Because I know you've done a lot of television. You're well known on a lot of shows these days. Is this something different for you to do?
I love doing this so much. I don't get the chance to do radio that often. I've done some things for radio form, usually comedy. And so to be able to do, I mean, this is a very comic play, to be honest. It's a really funny piece. Dark and emotional, but also very humorous. For me, this was just a wonderful project, just because I was reunited with John Crane, Sonia Quayle, Edward Crompton, the editor. And it's a team that I've worked with before on the Isle of Man. They're just an incredible artistic powerhouse. And so getting to do radio with them was a completely new experience. And to be honest, just the play that John has written is so beautiful. I just kind of fell into it because it's like, I don't know, it's like a river of words. And once you're in, and you don't want to leave.
I love it. Can you tell us much about it, or is it meant to be all under wraps? I don't know what you can say about it.
No, I won't tell you too much about the plot because it has a really interesting ending, and it's framed around a particular story that's very beautiful and quite sort of heartfelt. But in essence, it's a kind of bird's eye tour of the Isle of Man through the mist, through the towns, through the roads, through the day, through the night, and we wake up with the inhabitants of the island, we go to bed with them, we dream with them, and all the way through we're kind of exploring what it is, I think, to be a modern islander.
Right. Now this should have gone out, I think it was Easter we were talking about, so it's now going out on Tynwald Day, I understand, right? The 5th of
That's
July.
Right, yeah.
And yourself, I mean, do you want to give us some of your highlights? I mean, where people have seen you on TV, because I say you're doing quite a lot of appearances.
So the main thing that people know me from or have seen me in, I think, is The Last Kingdom, which is a Netflix show. I mean, we talk about TV. It's all about streaming, isn't it? Nowadays, it's what you see on your phone. It's what you see on your laptop. So I think that's been my biggest job over the last 6 years, and it's been an amazing thing to be part of, being part of, a huge medieval drama. I think if I told my 2-year-old self that I was going to be able to be on a horse swinging a sword for a living for most of my 20s, I think he'd be very, very happy. But I'm doing some more. I'm going back to independent features this year, which is really, really nice because that's sort of where I started, and also kind of where I met Sonia and John.
Lovely. I mean, have you got a particular thing you're looking to do? I mean, on stage, or is it films or TV or anything particular?
Well, I think my heart really is in film. That's where I started. The first job I ever did was a British independent feature with Andrea Arnold, and that's sort of where I fell in love with, I don't know, the grit and the heart of making films together. And that's something really that I experienced on the second time that I worked on the Isle of Man on a short film called Muck. Is just, I love the process, and this was like this play in a lot of ways, just of getting a bunch of people together, actors, director, editor, writer, the whole gang, and just trying to make something as heartfelt as possible. And I think that's something that you really get most in film, and so that's what I'm definitely doing.
So Suddenly at Home, it's going to be on Manx Radio on the the 5th of July, which just happens to, of course, be Tynwald Day. A very apt day where I'm sure lots of people will be available to listen. And you got any more work on the Isle of Man coming up?
I don't this year, but very much hope to be back in the Isle of Man next year.